New developments tonight in the case of Irvo Otieno. You may recall his in-custody death at a state psychiatric hospital led to charges against several deputies and employees, but those charges were dismissed in court. Now his family is taking legal action against the health facility where Otieno's tragic final journey began. Investigative reporter Tyler Lane joins us now in the studio to break down the allegations there. Tyler?
Well, the estate of Irvo Otieno is seeking $25 million from HCA's Parham Doctors Hospital, according to this complaint filed in federal court just days before the 2-year anniversary of Otieno's death. It alleges the hospital failed to properly treat him, which they say led to a fatal chain of events.
What's your name?
Let mental health get here.
Okay.
Let mental health get here.
It was March 3rd, 2023, when Irvo Otieno suffered a mental health crisis at his home, prompting a response from Henrico police. Officers placed him under an emergency custody order, and he was taken to HCA's Parham Doctors Hospital. It's from there where his mother, Caroline Oku, believes everything went downhill.
If they took care of Irvo, if they stabilized him, they could have mitigated the risk of him getting arrested and removed from the hospital.
While there, the complaint says he was issued a temporary detention order, which required him to receive psychiatric treatment for up to 72 hours. Health records described Otieno as extremely angry, agitated, and bizarre, as well as aggressive, combative, and uncooperative. The lawsuit states a nurse characterized this behavior as a psychosis episode. But at some point, investigators say Otieno clawed, hit, and spit at a Henrico police officer. Police then informed hospital staff that they were charging him with assault and taking him to jail, something Oku says was never mentioned to her as she waited in a reception area asking to check on her son but not being allowed.
A patient in a hospital is under the care of the hospital. If they advocated for Irvo, right, they could have kept him at the hospital. Did they advocate for him?
Ultimately, an investigation by the state health department found that Otieno was never seen by a psychiatrist during his 6 hours at the hospital. They concluded the facility violated federal law by failing to stabilize Otieno's emergency medical condition within its capabilities. But Parham Doctors Hospital disagreed, saying their staff provided appropriate stabilizing treatment but was not able to fully stabilize the patient because their care was interrupted by the intervention of Henrico County police officers.
But they cannot be finger pointing and wanting to blame somebody else and not making meaningful changes.
While the lawsuit mirrors some findings of the state inspection, it further alleges that Otieno was not lawfully released from his TDO and accuses HCA of negligence. Following his removal from the hospital, Otieno spent a weekend at the county jail where his family claims his condition further deteriorated. On March 6, 2023, he was transferred to Central State Hospital. There, Otieno died on the floor while he was surrounded by Henrico sheriff's deputies and state hospital employees. A medical examiner ruled his death a homicide due to the inability to breathe while being restrained. But that finding was heavily disputed in court, and none of the defendants criminally charged in his death were ever convicted. The family and their previous lawyers already legally settled claims against Henrico County, the Henrico Sheriff, and the Commonwealth of Virginia for $8.5 million in a separate civil matter back in 2023. So considering that matter is now resolved, why is it now important for you to take this action against HCA?
Accountability matters. And if we can do something to make the hospitals think twice about when a patient walks through that door in a mental health crisis, that they will do their job to treat the patient and to stabilize them.
And in response to the complaint, John Owen, an attorney representing the hospital, says, quote, Parham Doctors Hospital was surprised and disappointed to receive this lawsuit 2 years after Mr. Otieno was at our facility and stands behind the care and treatment its healthcare team provided to Mr. Otieno. To that end, we will appropriately defend our care providers while continuing to deliver the highest degree of patient care to our patients. Aside from publicly available information, Owen says they cannot comment specifically about Otieno's care due to patient privacy rights. I'm Tyler Lane for CBS 6 News.